Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, let's take a break from Bonnie Bloody Blue and look at Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, because the Daily Mail has helpfully put together a look at everything that's happened so far, from on-set tensions and bombshell lawsuits to the explosive website reveal. And if enough of you want, I will look through the website. Check out my merchandise site, ayclothing.tmall.com, where you'll get these things and stickers and whatnot. And remember to check out my book on Amazon, my ebook, The Prime Minister's Porky Mistress. And if you enjoyed it, give me 5 stars. If you don't enjoy it, don't bother. I looked through Blake's lawsuit when it first came out, and I did like 200 screenshots and never did anything with it. I can look through Justin's lawsuit, and I can look through the website and make like one big video for this. Should I put it on the main channel? No, the main channel should just be book stuff. This is the drama channel. I could do one massive video like detailing all of it on this channel. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, let's have a look at this helpful article they've put together. Right. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal battle has exploded since the actress accused him of sexual harassment and a campaign to destroy her reputation after their film It Ends With Us. The star, 37, sued her co-star months after the release of the box office hit based on Colleen Hoover's novel, in which she plays Lily Bloom, and Justin, who directed the film, stars as her abusive partner. Rumours of a feud between the pair plagued the film's releases last year, as they appeared to avoid each other during the promotional tour, and Blake was called out for her tone-deaf behaviour in interviews amid the dark subject matter. Blake alleged in her lawsuit that Justin orchestrated a negative PR campaign to harm the star's reputation in the media. And I found that very interesting, the whole AstroTurf conversation, because I'm sure PR companies do that and do seed places like Reddit, I'm sure. And my takeaway from that is just, whether they did or not in here is beside the point. But my takeaway from it is, if they're willing to do this for celebrities, for like the lowish cost of like, 100 grand or whatever, relatively speaking, if they're willing to do this for like celebrities and Hollywood and showbiz, what are they doing for politics? Like what are they seeding when it comes to politics? Really makes you think. Justin countersued the actress and her husband Ryan Reynolds, 48, for $400 million for alleging to destroy his reputation, and sued the New York Times for defamation for $250 million. Imagine he won both of those and he was just up by $650 million. Justin, my PayPal link is in the description. The actor has since released unedited footage from It Ends With Us, voice notes and text messages with Blake, and a website dedicated to defending himself against her for sexual harassment claims, prompting Blake and Ryan to file for a gag order. So, here is the timeline of events. August 13th, 2024. Feud rumours swirl and Justin hires Johnny Depp's crisis management PR firm. Which, I'm not getting into the Johnny Depp and her stuff. I'm not talking about it. But still, I'm not talking about it. Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson joked about having a rape cave or something. Rumours of a feud between Blake and Justin began circulating on social media as the co-stars appeared to avoid each other while promoting It Ends With Us, which was released on August 9th. Fans noticed that Blake and Justin did not follow each other on social media, with many of their cast members following Blake but not Justin. The cause of their fallout was due to fat shaming, inappropriate comments, and Justin kissing for too long during scenes, TMZ alleged. There was also online chatter that Deadpool star Ryan was too involved in the making of the film. Justin hired crisis management specialist Melissa Nathan, who previously represented Johnny Depp during his successful defamation trial against Amber Heard, as well as rappers like Drake and Travis Scott. This doesn't seem like a good clientele list. I don't know that much about Travis. Travis Scott is the one where people died at his gig, right? Just before I accidentally defamed someone. And Drake, didn't he have Millie Bobby Brown's phone number when she was 12 and he was a grown adult? I don't think much of your clientele list, Melissa. I don't think much of Justin. I mean, she's successful, sure, but wouldn't that make you raise your eyebrows a little bit? Melissa's hiring suggested that Justin was planning a major reputation defense, as she had previously handled allegations of orchestrating social media smear campaigns. 15th August, Blake faces backlash over her tone-deaf promotion of the film. Blake, known for her playful demeanour in interviews, with her husband Ryan, began to face criticism for her marketing of It Ends With Us. Critics blasted the Gossip Girl star for promoting her new hair care line in interviews, telling fans to bring their florals to watch the film, in a nod to the wear pink trend for the Barbie film, and for avoiding overt reference to the film's theme of domestic violence. TikTok, X, and Instagram were flooded with hundreds of comments accusing her of glossing over the film's heavy subject matter. They're in Blake's lawsuit. Apparently Sony told them to do this. But then people said, well, but once you see that you're getting backlash for it when you change tracks, and it's like, oh, not unless the studio says so, I suppose. I don't know. Critics then took also took issue with themed cocktails relating to the film, with one called Ryle You Wait, named after a character in the film who threw Blake's character Lily down the stairs. Yeah, that is so stupid. I don't care what defense they have for that. Like, cocktails when domestic violence goes up and people have been drinking. Like, how dumb are these people? And you just know that they're paying, like, marketing experts to be like, how do we best promote this film? Dummies. I could do all of their jobs and do it better. Amid mounting criticism, Blake wrote on her Instagram story, 1 in 4 women aged 18 and older in the US alone have been the victim of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Well, bare minimum. But I will say it is a red flag that Blake and Justin wanted to work with Colleen Hoover in the first place. Apparently Blake didn't read... I would have to look into this, but I've seen people say that Blake didn't read It Ends With Us, whereas Justin did. I think that's worse on Justin's part, that he read It Ends With Us and thought, yes, I would like to turn this into a movie and direct it. That he read Colleen Hoover's work and thought, this is someone I want to work with. That is way worse than Blake Lively not bothering to read the book, as far as I'm concerned. Because if Blake read the book, she would lose the brain cells that she had. I have done some damage to my frontal lobe reading Colleen Hoover, like thoroughly, on my main channel. I've done some irreparable damage to this. So I think it's worse that Justin read it and thought, yep, Hoover's the type of person I want to work with. 15th of August. Norwegian journalist, I'm so sorry, that's what Google says, Kjersti. Norwegian journalist Kjersti Fla shares a 2016 interview with Blake that made her want to quit her job. That's where Blake was being reread and bullied. Her, dare I say it, dare I start fights with a journalist? She's making a lot of... No, I can't talk. Do you know how many videos I've made about Bonnie Blue on this channel? I can't talk. If this journalist who actually met Blake Lively is making a lot of videos about it because it got so much attention, I can't say a fucking thing, can I? Moving on swiftly. But we know about that, where Blake said, congrats on your little bump, sarcastically to Kjersti. The Blake Lively interview that made me want to quit my job was flooded with comments to support that branded Blake rude. Here's the thing, Blake can be rude, Blake can be a mean girl, Blake can be a bitch, but it doesn't mean she deserves being sexually harassed or assaulted on set. But then if she's someone that has weaponized the Me Too movement to further her own agenda and either exaggerated or lied about her treatment on set, but then Justin's a male feminist, which is a red flag, and he reads and enjoys Colleen Hoover, which I'm serious, it's a red flag to enjoy a Colleen, like to have, you know, because there are some people who enjoy Colleen Hoover and it's like, okay, you know, fair enough, because, you know, they're not that bright, so what you know, they're not thinking that much about it, whatever. But he's clearly got some brain cells, isn't it? And he thought, this is the... I don't want to be ultra reactionary. I still don't know what to think about any of these people. Anyway, December 21st, Blake files lawsuit against Justin accusing him of sexual harassment. Blake accused Justin of sexual harassment on the set of It Ends With Us and launched a campaign to destroy her reputation. Which people said about that, well, he didn't really need to help destroying her reputation. She was doing it herself. And it's like, well, two things can be true. She was digging herself a hole and, you know, just not acting that appropriately with the film. But then there could have been all this astroturfing. But then, like, his team has said that she's been It's all a mess. It's just a mess. The Age of Adeline star, her husband Ryan, and Justin and their legal teams attended a meeting in which she outlined her issues and set specific conditions for continuing to work on the film according to the filing. These included a ban on Justin showing explicit images or videos, discussing his alleged past pornography addiction, making inappropriate comments about sexual conquest, weight, or genitalia, and mentioning Blake's late father. Yeah, why has that not been brought up? That's been buried. Because there is a theory going around that all of this stuff coming out is maybe Justin trying to give the audience, the viewers, fatigue. So they get fed up of seeing article about article day about the situation. They get fed up and they forget things or whatever. There is that theory on the anti-Justin side of things. I'm reading both pro-Justin, pro-Blake stuff, right? I'm trying to get a good enough image of what's going on because it is confusing. So I think there is a bit of validity to that fatigue thing, because in Blake's lawsuit there was the stuff about how Justin said that he could communicate with the dead and he'd been talking to Blake's dead father, and people have just stopped talking about that. So I wonder if anyway, let's not forget that was in Blake's original lawsuit. Let's not forget that. She also demanded that there'll be no adding of sex scenes, oral sex, or on-camera climaxings to the script that she had approved. Sony Pictures agreed to these conditions, TMZ reported, but Blake claimed Justin retaliated by launching a campaign to harm her reputation. In response, Justin's lawyer Brian Friedman claims Blake's lawsuit was a bid to fix her negative reputation. He called her allegations false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious. But if Sony agreed to it, is there not an actual contract that we can, like an official contract that we can see, where she said none of this stuff that's been going on can continue, and Sony agreed, instead of all this name calling on both sides, and accused her of threatening to not show up to set, threatening to not promote the film, ultimately leading to its demise during release. The thing is, though, if there was inappropriate behavior going on set, her threatening to not show up on set, well, wouldn't you not bother to go to set if there was inappropriate behavior going on? That's not really helping your side. I'm just reacting to the stuff that's appearing before me, and I also know that I'm a massive contrarian. So December 22nd, New York Times investigation claims Justin orchestrated a smear campaign to bury Blake. The New York Times shared private messages between Justin and his team that they intended to bury Blake. The investigation claimed that the battle over creative control was pitched as an idea for talking points during the press campaign. Justin allegedly wanted more, writing, "Not sure I'm feeling with the protection I felt on the call," following the phone conversation, the Times reported. In one text message, Melissa allegedly said to him, "You know we can bury anyone." The report also claimed Justin shared an example of a viral social media thread accusing of Hailey Bieber, I think, celebrity bullying, writing, "This is what we would need." Melissa allegedly suggested hiring contractors to create a covert campaign that included creating viral threads, orchestrating full social media takedowns, and changing online narratives. Again, if they'll do this for celebrities, what are they doing for politicians? All of this will be most importantly untraceable, she allegedly wrote. When approached by the Times, journalist Kirsty Fleur denied any involvement with the smear campaign. In a new YouTube video, she said, "I would never take money to jeopardize my integrity as a journalist." December 22nd, Justin is dropped by his talent agency. Justin was dropped by WWE agency. Is that the wrestling one? Following Blake's lawsuit, per The Hollywood Reporter. I'm getting so into wrestling. They just added loads of wrestling on Netflix, and I've been watching it, and I missed my calling there. I should have been a pro wrestler. How fun is that? Just fake beat someone up and have fake beef. Blake and her husband, Ryan, are also represented by WWE. December 23rd, Hollywood stars shared their support for Blake. Colleen Hoover, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The biggest plot twist of all of this is Colleen Hoover taking the side of a woman over a man. There's something going on there. I don't trust her. She, of all fucking people, does not get to turn around and be like sisterhood for the girls, women supporting women. If you supported women, you would take down half of your big bibliography. You would take down your Maybe Not book, in which, what's his name? Is it Warren? Orally rapes Bridget. Pretty sure that's their names. I got a video on my main channel. Go look at the 15 plus videos I've done about Colleen Hoover. You would take that out of circulation, in which a character orally raped a female character, and it's treated as romantic. It's treated as, well, she doesn't actually know what's good for her. The man can make that decision when she's saying no and she looks frightened, and he did that to her. You would take that out of circulation if you gave a shit about other women, Colleen Hoover. You would not promote and romanticize sexual abuse in relationships. I'm not even talking about Ends of Us. That's out besides the question. And she knows what she's doing. November 9, Ben sexually assaulted Fallon in a club, and she took it out of the book due to backlash. She's a repeat offender of this. All of her books contain elements of men coercing women, controlling women, blocking women in doorways, getting physical with them, overstepping boundaries. In some of them, like I just said, sexually assaulting women. You would take down half your bibliography. You do not get to pretend to give a shit about other women. How dare you? She's not even said anything. And all of my outrage is coming out of her. I don't. What is this weird 4D chess game she's playing where she's taking the side of a woman over a bloke? I don't get it. I don't understand. Because the thing is, a lot of the stuff that Blake alleges in her lawsuit, when I read through it and they took all the screenshots and I was reading through it, I just thought some of this behavior, the alleged behavior of him, going into her trailer while she's in a state of undressed or she's breastfeeding or whatever it is, overstepping boundaries, overstepping a lot of the stuff that Blake complained about, whether true or not, that's actually besides the point. But a lot of the stuff that she complained about in her lawsuit, I was reading through it and I thought, this is the fucking Colleen Hoover alpha male playbook. Sorry, her male characters in her books exhibit almost, they don't go into someone's trailer and cry at them, But all this other stuff, they do that. So Colleen Hoover doesn't get to see it as a problem now if she allegedly saw it in real life. You've been writing that in your books for over a decade. The same fucking behaviour that Justin Baldoni was allegedly doing on set. Colleen Hoover does not get... She pisses me off so much. She's not even in the... She's barely in the article. She's mentioned once. And she pisses me off so much. You don't get to pretend to be a girl's girl. Fuck off. Go f*** yourself. Like, let's hypothetically say that Justin did do all that stuff that Blake alleged in her original lawsuit, right? And maybe Coho heard about it or saw it. Do you think she had like a penny drop moment of like, oh, actually, it's bad when attractive men do this kind of behaviour? Because in her books, it's always fine because the men are hot, right? Justin Baldoni, he's an attractive bloke, right? He's good looking, yeah? Do you reckon like Coho had like a, oh, it's actually a bad thing to overstep someone's boundary and ignore someone's bodily autonomy and do this and do that and be a pervert? I'm so annoyed. Can't even finish this video. I'm pissed off now. Just imagining. Like, I don't know. I need to be a fly on the wall to this stuff. If Colleen Hoover has no haters, I am dead. America Ferrera, Amy Schumer, Gwyneth Paltrow, Amber Heard or Hurt? Hart, Michelle Marone, Paul Feig, share message support for Blake. Let's move on because I'm literally gonna get sidetracked again and get really pissed off. 23rd December, Blake misses Saturday Night Live appearance due to her lawsuit. 24th December, Justin is stripped of his award for being an ally to women. Which, do you know what? Like, crazy that there's an award for being an ally to women. Like seeing women as just human beings. Here, have an award. Is that not the fucking epitome of a participation trophy? Oh, let's award men for not just seeing us as objects. Like, that's like positive reinforcement to a child, innit? Pathetic. No, we shouldn't be infantilizing men with this kind of... sorry? Am I out of pocket or is that not mental? Oh, well done. You don't see women as pieces of shit. Here you go, have a trophy. What? Vital Voices rescinded Justin's 2024 Voices Solidarity Award. 2 weeks later, the non-profit, which is dedicated to ending sexual and domestic violence, said Blake's lawsuit alleges abhorrent conduct that is contrary to the values of Vital Voices. The communications among Mr. Baldoni and his publicists included in the lawsuit and the PR effort they indicate are alone contrary to the values of Vital Voices and the spirit of the award. We have notified Mr. Baldoni that we have rescinded this award. 24 December, It Ends With Us star defends Blake. Brandon, who plays Blake's teenage love interest in Ends of Us, spoke out publicly in support of the star. For the love of God, read the lawsuit. Here's the thing. All of these people are supporting Blake, and people have said, well, it's because Blake and Ryan Reynolds are a power couple and they have so much power in Hollywood, which they shouldn't have power in the first place because they're literally just actors. Ryan Reynolds literally just gets in a costume and dances around, and Blake she's not an A-list actress. Maybe A-list celebrity, but she's not an A-list actress because she can't even act. Not even very good. By her own admission. You can't expect her to take someone else's lines and then perform them, apparently. By her own admission. So people said that, oh, well, they went on his side because of all the power. But still a bit sus, though. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, do you know what? What's that prison experiment where people, they didn't know it was fake, but they electrocuted people just because a person in authority said to do so? Maybe people would go along with it. Just because they think that someone else has got more clout. Yeah, people definitely would, actually. Why am I the bigotry of low expectations or the realism of low expectations of people's behaviour? December 24th, Justin's podcast co-host leaves the show. I forgot about that. The fatigue thing. Journalist Liz Plank announced her departure as longtime co-host of the Man Enough podcast with Justin. As this chapter closed for me, yada, yada, yada. We all deserve better. Right. Would she just leave if it was just smoke and mirrors? Would she? Because that would be pretty strange. Long-time co-host, so I assume they've been friends for a long time. There's a lot that I just forgot about this because there's too much that comes out. December 25th, Justin's former publicist sues him over breach of contract. Stephanie Jones accused him of breaching his contract, which required him to pay $25,000 a month after he allegedly left the firm a few months into a year-long contract. Stephanie also sued Justin's new publicist, Jennifer Abel, who she claimed went around her to arrange for Justin and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, to hire Melissa Nathan, who's also named in the suit, and to launch a smear campaign against Lively. January 1st, Justin sues the New York Times for $250 million, alleging libel and false light invasion of privacy. The suit claimed the outlets reportedly cherry-picked and altered communications, stripped of necessary context and deliberately spliced to mislead. Justin claimed he was aggressively berated by Ryan Reynolds after the actor, who suffers from back problems, asked Blake how much she weighed before he lifted her to ensure he could safely perform the lift without injury. I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, if Ryan Reynolds had been yelling at Justin because Justin was allegedly sexually harassing his wife, it's understandable. But this is about the weight thing and not sexual harassment. January 1st, Blake officially sues Justin. The actress initially filed a legal complaint in December that detailed the claims against Justin. In the official lawsuit filed on January 1st in New York federal court, she accused Justin and his PR team of organizing a scheme to undermine her reputation in retaliation for speaking up about the alleged misconduct during filming. There was also stuff initially about how she and her infant contracted COVID on the set, and that's all been like swept aside as well. So I wonder, I don't think this whole suit by Blake came out of nowhere. Though maybe both of them have exaggerated. But there was a lot of stuff in there that now has been completely forgotten about. Like the thing about her dead dad, and like her child getting COVID because COVID happened on set and no one was told about it. And she also got, I think she developed mastitis because she wasn't able to like breastfeed regularly or something. So there was other stuff as well as the, January 2nd, the New York Times and Justin's legal team respond. The New York Times say they plan to vigorously defend against Justin's lawsuit. The role of an independent news organization is to follow the facts where they lead, the outlet said in a statement. Our story was meticulously and responsibly reported. It was based on a review of thousands of pages of original documents, including the text messages and emails that we quote accurately and at length in the article. I mean, because it would be they would be shooting themselves in the foot if they did Photoshop texts. I don't know. To date, Wayfarer Studios, Mr. Baldoni, and the other subjects of the article and their representatives here have not pointed to a single error. We published their full statement in response to the allegations in the article as well. Justin's attorney, Brian Friedman, said, in this vicious smear campaign fully orchestrated by Blake Lively and her team, the New York Times cowered to the wants and whims of two powerful, untouchable Hollywood elites. Like, it's so dramatic. Ryan Reynolds literally dresses in a costume and dances. He shouldn't be an untouchable elite in any capacity. Disregarding journalistic practices and ethics once befitting of the revered publication by using doctored and manipulated text and intentionally omitting texts which dispute their chosen PR narrative. But isn't that crazy to do so? Because surely they'd get found out and then they'd get sued and then they'd lose money. And Justin does have the backing of that billionaire he's friends with, right? Who can just chuck money at the... I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I don't think either is a perfect angel. In doing so, they predetermined the outcome of their story and added and abetted their own devastating PR smear campaign designed to revitalize Lively's self-induced, floundering public image and counter the organic groundswell of criticism among the online public. The irony is rich. Make no mistake, we will all unite to take down the New York Times by no longer allowing them to deceive the public. We will continue this campaign of authenticity by also suing those individuals who have abused their power to try and destroy the lives of my clients. While their side embraces partial truths, we embrace the full truth and have all the communication to back it. The public will decide for themselves as they did when this first began. I would rather it gets decided in a court of law, not the public who can be swayed. And I can be swayed with like articles. That's why I've like kind of stayed away a little bit from this, because I can be swayed quite easily by like emotive arguments. Not that easy actually, but I can be swayed. And the public can be swayed. I'd rather we just get to the truth of the matter. 17th of January, Justin countersues Blake and Ryan for $400 million. The suit alleges loss of income, civil extortion, defamation, privacy violations, interference with both contractual and economic opportunities. This is a case about two of the most powerful stars in the world, which is crazy. Ryan Reynolds. I know Deadpool is a cash cow, but also like Blake Lively, who hasn't really done anything of note since Gossip Girl. And even then, I've watched some of Gossip Girl. Don't really get the big deal, mate. Deploying their enormous power to steal an entire movie right out of the hands of its director and the production studio. And all of this over a fucking Colleen Hoover book. This is Colleen's fault. Then, when Lively and Reynolds' efforts failed to win them the acclaim they believed they so richly deserved, they turned their fury on their chosen scapegoat. Blake's legal team said in response, this is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of sexual harassment and retaliation, and the abuser attempts to turn the tables on the victim. This is what the experts call DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim offender. January 21st, Justin releases footage of dancing with Blake, and she hits back. Now, I've watched that footage, and I read Blake's lawsuit, and watching the footage and then reading Blake's lawsuit, I feel like it's being twisted a little. I don't know. Justin's legal team So Blake's lawyers said the footage supported her claim, stating the video shows Miss Baldoni repeatedly leaning in towards Miss Lively, attempting to kiss her, kissing her forehead, rubbing his face and mouth against her neck, flicking her lip with his thumb, caressing her, telling how good she smells, and talking with her out of character. But she's talking out of character. This is why I can't make my mind up about anything that's happening, because she's the one who was talking out of character and then like calls him and his wife sociopaths. And he says that, like, he doesn't say she smells good. She goes, oh, I'm getting my spray tan on you. And he goes, it smells good, like it's fine. And then she goes on about how he should get a nose job. Like, I don't think it really lines up. Because I read the original lawsuit and I don't really think the raw footage really aligns up with what she said in the original lawsuit. Because it made it seem way creepier. And they're filming a romantic, like, dance scene for... And, you know, it probably should have been discussed properly beforehand with the intimacy coordinator. Though I've seen an intimacy coordinator say that for a scene like that, they wouldn't really have to talk about it. It's just, you know, they dance it. I don't know. Then Blake and Ryan on January 22nd file a gag order against Justin's legal team following the leak footage. Which, I don't know what to think about that either, because it's like, surely you'd want the raw stuff out there so people can, you know, judge it for themselves. January 25th. Justin's sister shares her support. Justin's younger sister, Sarah, shared her first Instagram post in more than a year to celebrate his 41st birthday. I love you and I celebrate you, the man you are, the love you embody, the strength of your connection to God, the essence of your being, your dedication to truth, to service, and to love. Today of all... Good God. I'm so proud to call you my big brother and knowingly squeeze the hell out of you until the end of time. January 27th, Justin shares voice message apologising to Blake, and I reacted to that. Was on this channel? Yeah, I think it was on this channel. And I think it was very cringe. This is the thing. I go back and forth on each thing. Like, I don't really think the raw footage of that video lines totally up with what Blake's lawsuit alleged. But then the voice note of Justin was cringy as fuck. So January 28th, trial date is set for Justin and Blake. January 30th, Blake and Ryan asked for Justin's lawsuit to be dismissed. The couple filed a notice stating they'll seek to dismiss Justin's counter lawsuit. 1st of February, Justin launched a website dedicated to telling his side. 2 documents were uploaded to the site titled Amended Complaint and Timeline of Relevant Events, available to download. They've got alleged handwritten notes from a meeting with the intimacy coordinator for Endsverse. I will go through that website if you guys would like me to do that. And that is all. We're up to date on the Justin Baldoni situation. What do you guys think? What's going on? Or maybe it's better to just wait for even more things to come out. I don't know. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I make new videos almost every day on this channel. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.